Hmm. What's going on, people? We in the building. A quick shout out to y'all. Before I exit the building. You know, but anyways, just a couple of people that we want you to look out for, man. Um, the safety of some of these people. We gotta, pay attention to, man. We're gonna start with Candace Owens, right? Starting with her first. She has went against the Daily Wire, who has, they got some pull. She's gone against Kamala Harris, former vice president of the United States, who ran for president, and she pretty much dissected her family tree and probably got a lot of people, or influenced, some voters that possibly could have cost her the election. Nobody's going to go that far like I am, but I'm just saying, she has a lot of viewers, and people were tuning into that, man. She's also gone up against TPUSA, and we know who's affiliated with that. The Charlie Kirk assassination, that was his company. I think she was a former member of that, but she's in the hot seat, man. She's spoken, she's called them out as well. She's called out Israel, Jewish people, that are people, and not just all Jewish people. She's calling out the Jewish people that are influencing government and part of the establishment, pretty much. So and like I said, Israel, the government, she's got issues, man. She's gone against a lot of different people, other reporters, other content creators. Like she goes at it with people, man. Gotta look out for her. Gotta watch, and watch out about her safety, man. That's all I can say. My throat is a little sore. I'm getting over a cold. Tucker Carlson. He's another guy who has some affiliations with TPUSA. Also, oh yeah, back to Candace. Yeah, she's what I mean, going up against some of these people. Like real quick, she's dissected Erica Kirk too. Like she's dissected Kamala Harris, and she's causing them to, not just saying it's her only, but the attention that she's bringing to them, and not holding down the narrative of how Charlie Kirk was killed, alleged. It's just cost them some bread, man, some followers. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Daily Wire also, she, like, went after Ben Shapiro. They've been going back and forth. So she's got some serious beefs out there, man. Now we get to Tucker Carlson. Tucker, he's going up against Israel, and he's, these are some of the people that are a rare few that are calling out what's going on and speaking out about it. He brought national attention because of the platform that he has. The interview with Putin he did, brought a lot of attention. So he has a bullseye on his back too. And he's considering, they're considering, supporting him to run for president. I said he's going up against the government, Israel. He said some things about, president. So he has a big platform. and he's pretty much, part of the in-flight with MAGA. He done went to Israel, you know what I'm saying, like interviewing prime ministers, he's interviewing senators, like going back and forth with these guys, questioning them, like, so he has a bullseye on his back too, you know, and he's had some beefs with like the Ben Shapiro's and a lot of these content creators and people like Mark Levin, all these guys that they come after you, man. Then you got Marjorie Greene Taylor. She's another one. She ended up quitting Congress. She's one of the few people that pushed for the Epstein files to be released. She stood on business. And she was like, nah, man, we ain't having this. And she ended up resigning and going against the president and stuff like that. And she's also called out Israel, called out, why is our country giving money to these foreign countries and people are over here starving? And just to piggyback on that, not one relief package has been set up to say, how can we help the American people? But you got $200 billion you're asking for war that Americans didn't ask for, and nobody's getting any evidence on what we're benefiting from this. You just keep saying, well, they can't build nukes. So why can't a country, we the only country that had nukes, detonated nukes on the country, right? And no other country, despite what they say, right? No other countries let loose nukes on another country. Nukes, to me, it seems like it's a deterrence so that you're not getting invaded or bullied by a country like ours, by people that, like to bully people, like the administration we are under right now. So, if you don't like the regime, you don't like Russia's regime, you don't like China's regime either, right? And you don't like North Korea's regime, but they have a nuke, so you're not going to mess with them. You're not invading them, but you're trying to stop Iran from getting a nuke. And they're saying we didn't even want a nuke. They're saying they got fatwa, which means they have Islamic rules saying we don't want to build nukes because of some, because of X, Y, whatever they cited in the fatwa. And you have a country like Israel influencing you to attack them. So, it's crazy, man. So now we in a war that is probably not going to end anytime soon, because if we walk away now, right, we can walk away right now and suffer the damage. Won't be as bad as we think. It's going to be embarrassing, and we'll take some damage, and the possibility, there's a slim possibility that the United States dollar can slip, I kept saying China is laying in the cut, man. And what happened? Iran said, when y'all leave, we want to trade with China's money. We don't want your money. They want the United States out of the Middle East. The United States out of the Middle East is going to destroy the economy here. This is the president you hateful motherfuckers voted for, man. And this is where the hate gets you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are people that they hate to see anybody else have anything. Everything that everybody else achieves is always a threat to them, to their existence, according to them. Nobody's, you know what I'm saying? Like, people just trying to live their lives, man. We human beings, man. Every human being deserves a right to live, man. So now we got we got Marjorie Greene Taylor. She's been getting called out and stuff like that by the government, things like that. She's had issues, man. Gotta watch out for her safety, man. Thomas Massey spearheaded that Epstein campaign, man. Senator. I'm sure he's getting death threats and all type of stuff too, man. He's pushing hard on those Epstein files to get them released. Some of them got released. He was really pushing for the files. He's also called out Israel a couple of times too. He ain't making no crazy noise, but he's called out some of the hypocrisy of the administration when it comes to Israel and that war overseas. So yeah, you got Thomas Massey, man. It's another one. Trump going against him. Trump's pissed off at him. You know, you gotta watch it. Who else, man? Am I missing, man? Did I say Anna Kasparian? Oh yeah, she's one of the biggest mouths. I should have said her a little bit sooner, but she's one of the biggest mouths. One of the biggest mouths out there right now. She got the microphone and she will cook you and fry you and then stir fry you and then boil you, put you in the oven, bake you, broil you, bring you out the oven, and let you sit on the motherfucking counter and spoil your ass. You know, she will cook you, man. And she ain't got no filter. She speaks her mind when it comes to what's right and what's wrong. She has to watch herself. You know, she definitely got to watch herself. You know, and she's like one of the first independents I spoke of. She has to watch herself, man. Cenk Uygur, her partner, he has to watch himself, man, because you know both of them go on the same platforms, and you know Anna, you know sometimes she'll go on a little bit of mainstream media, but you know they ain't gonna put her on there because she speaks too much of the truth. You know, Cenk, you know he got a lot of juice, you know what I'm saying, but you know he speaks, you know what I'm saying. See, the way they trying to spin it on him like he's just an Israel hater, like an Israel conspiracy theorist, and he just blames everything on Israel. But the arrow, you know, if the arrow keeps pointing towards Israel, anywhere you dig up, then what else is he supposed to say? Is he supposed to ignore it, like mainstream media is? You know what I'm saying? They playing Ray Charles with evidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. We watch Rachel Maddow go on the show and blame every country in the Gulf but Israel. All the Gulf countries is doing is housing the United States bases, man. They don't have anything. What do they got to gain or lose from Iran? Iran wasn't bothering anybody, from what we know. Who were they bothering? Where's the evidence for all this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, bro, these voters, man, some of these people are stupid, man. There's no evidence, man, for none of this shit, man, that they saying, man. They just saying shit, man. And people are falling for it, man. And I'm fearing that something bad will happen in this country to try to galvanize people to go against them. And I'm also fearing that they don't use a nuclear weapon because they're losing this war. And they really, I don't think that they're losing, but I just think that it's not going according to plan, and they didn't think that Iran was going to fight this hard. Iran's going to fight to the end, man. This is a Muslim country that has an army in the mountainous region. You sending ground troops in there, you're going to get a lot of people killed. And you're going to, and now the embarrassment is really going to be there. That's why I said he can leave now, take the embarrassment, maybe take a chance with losing a dollar, but we can still have a country. The more you keep going on, the more you're going to keep depleting resources and our weaponry, and the more we're going to take losses, man. Next thing you know, it's a draft, you know, and you know, it's going to crash the economy. And that's what Iran's goal is, to crash everything. Crash the economy, we finish. So we have Cenk Uygur. I mentioned Roel O'Connor. Well, Roel, he's kind of quiet, you know what I'm saying? He really was like the Cole, he was helping push the Epstein files. What I'm trying to say, he was helping with Massey. It was him and Massey really spearheading everything. But he's been relatively quiet. But you know, he's another guy you gotta look out for. You know, I got one that you may or may not agree with, but I would say Piers Morgan is another one. He speaks out a little bit about Israel, and he's been critical about them. And not only that, he has a platform that, you know, where he gives everybody a chance to speak, and you know, his platform is very informative. He has a lot of pull, so he's somebody you gotta watch out for, as well too. I know I'm missing some people. Oh yeah, the Carrie Ann girl, the young lady from the Catholic, the young Catholic lady. They kicked off the thing. She's another one you gotta, you know, watch out for her. You know, cause she's speaking out and she's being vocal, and you know, she's gaining a little popularity. You know what I mean? You gotta watch out for these people, man. And I'm gonna get back to you guys with some more folks that we gotta, you know, check on their safety, man. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the people I spoke about was right wingers too, and that's the crazy shit. I got one more, and then I'm out. I would say you got a Nick Fuentes, but I don't like his views at all, as far as, you know, how he views human beings, like blacks in America and stuff. Like, his views is real extreme far right, extreme evil, extremely misguided. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he's another. You may not like it, and a lot of people you don't like, but they are speaking out, and they have influence and they have followers. He's another one because he's telling people don't vote for Republicans, and he has some good points when he, you know what I'm saying. I just don't agree with him when it comes to the racial things and all that stuff. But when it comes to like talking about the president, how he failed, stuff like that, he's on point. Watch those brothers, man. Watch those sisters, man. Anyway, let me get up out of here. Many Face Publishing. I'll holler at y'all, man. Peace.